What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Wham Fishing, guys. I'm out here, Tar River Reservoir. You know, I didn't sorry, I got spiders. There's spiders floating everywhere, crawling all over me. So I didn't get a good sense for it last time I was here. I knew this place had a lot of grass, and it seemed like the side of the lake that I was fishing, a lot of that grass had been killed, like sprayed or whatever. And I was driving down 95 one day, and I was like, man, that lake looks really, really good. I was driving over this lake. I'm like, it looks really good. It's got grass all over the place. It looks like, you know, like I can throw a frog, throw a topwater, punch some grass. And I looked at the map and it was Tar River. And I was like, that is definitely not the Tar River that I drove over, or that I was fishing the other day. And it turns out I was fishing the side where they sprayed the grass. This side, they didn't spray the grass. So this side looks like just grass everywhere. Everywhere as far as you can go. So came out here, decided to try it again. You know, probably looking at post spawn fish, like bluegill spawn fish. So I'm gonna look around here, see if I can find some matted grass. I thought I saw some matted grass whenever I drove over. It looks just like a lot of shoreline grass here now. But I'm gonna fish like the secret bait from a long time ago, the old Kelly J. These little guys right here. Throw them a lot on Wiley, stuff like that. Looks like a little bluegill, right? Bass eat bluegill. Throw something that looks like a little bluegill while they're going after the bluegill that are on beds. So kind of fish these little shadowy areas, stuff like this, like a little pocket right there, that little pocket right there, the little shadow stuff up there. And I'm gonna see what all we can find. You know, I didn't catch a ton of fish last time I was here, so I hear that there's a lot of fish in here. I hear there's big fish in here. We're gonna see if we can find out. So, all right, y'all. Had a couple hours today to kill, so see if we can catch some fish. Man, I don't think they're very big. There's some kind of fish up in there. They're swirling on it. Oh, God, money. Oh, stay pinned. Stay pinned. Oh. Oh, coming through the grass. Is it a bass? Is it a bass or is it like a mudfish? Oh, please be a bass. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Barely hooked. Come here. How about that? That thing freaking smacked that frog too. God knows. Alright, so there are big fish in this lake. Oh yeah. Fish like that on a frog. Never ever ever complain about that. That was awesome. Oh man, I want to do that again. I want to do that like 20 more times. All right, so there are fish in here. There's what it is. There's a bunch of bluegill beds up there. There's a bunch of bluegill beds spawning, bluegill that are spawning and stuff up there, and that fish is probably hanging around the beds, waiting to get a bluegill. Oh, he just barely sucked that thing under. Just heard that little thunk. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Saw that weight coming towards it too. Oh, getting water everywhere. There we go. You're up there eating bluegill and crayfish. He's got a crayfish in his mouth. Got a little crayfish sticking out of his mouth. Another good fish. These frog bites are just awesome. That is cool. All right, so I've caught a couple fish so far. What I'm primarily targeting is going to be the bluegill beds and stuff like that. The bluegill spawn in these. See them up there. Bluegill spawn in the openings. They like sunny banks and stuff like that. The openings in this grass. I'm targeting like right there. This little strip of water in between the grass. Like right around there, and then this stretch right here. Like the bluegill are spawning back up in there, and the bass are just sitting up there trying to eat them. So before the bass all, you know, primarily all move offshore, they sit up there and they'll ambush the bluegill, just like the bluegill are eating the bass eggs. Bass will eat the bluegill while they're on the beds. So keep poking around, see what all we can find. There he is. I saw him splashing up there. I knew there was a fish somewhere up there. Oh, come here, buddy. Man, you are up there eating all the bluegill, aren't you? Oh, there he goes. He's right up in there. I saw a splash. Didn't 100% know if it was a bass or not. I threw it up there, and sure enough. Let's see. Oh. The bluegill are making their beds up in that little pocket. Usually a bass around somewhere. As long as I don't spook them or do anything crazy. And drop a frog in their head. It's usually a bass floating around in the trees. Maybe it might be on the outside a little bit more. There's usually bass around somewhere. Not too far away from these bluegill beds. So I know that's like a free meal up there. Just tons of bluegill hanging out. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. I saw that wake coming towards it. And you saw that wake come shooting out towards it, and there he is. Just had to make about 10 casts to get to him. Got the line everywhere. Got a little fish, got a little chunky fish. That's number 4 on the day. And usually they're, you know, long skinny fish. Post spawn, tail's starting to heal. You see he's got a little bit of red, but tail's starting to heal. And they're up there just attacking those bluegill whenever they can. And that is so much fun catching them on the frog. So much fun. I like the spro frogs. I like throwing the spro popping frogs. I've got some of the booyah ones too, like the cheaper ones. These things always seem like they work a little bit better for me, plus they're a little bit more durable. And I'm throwing it on 50 pound braid. This is X heavy, yeah, 7/8 extra heavy. So these Corrado rods are a little bit softer than what they say. I'd probably rate this more on the heavy side of things, but 50 pound braid, heavy action rod, 7/8. Reel doesn't really matter. The drag's locked all the way down, so reel doesn't matter quite as much. And then like frog hook sets, I seem like if you pull more into them, if you reel down and just pull, as opposed to like snap setting, like don't set the hook like a jig, just reel down to it and just tighten up on it. You got to do it pretty quick though. You know, give it, whenever they blow up on it, give it to them for a second, one Mississippi, and then reel down into it. So far I haven't lost any fish today, knock on wood. Throw the frog up there against the tree, knock on wood, but haven't lost any fish today. Had one blow up that entirely missed it, but haven't actually lost any. So I got plenty more grass to fish, so we will keep on. Like there's a little pocket right back there, plenty more grass to fish, and I'll see if I can catch a couple more. I want to catch another one or two like that first one, you know, 4-pounder, but we'll see. Bloop. There he is. All right, there he is. Fish were schooling right over here just a second ago. I marked a little school of them on the depth finder, and there's a good little school of fish just hanging out there. Little guy, not as big as my frogfish, but I'll take it. I bet there's a whole bunch of them out there. Another one. Kind of wish I had a little crankbait or something. Kind of wish I had a little crankbait or something. Oh no! Oh no! The gills. The gills. There we go. That works. There's one right out here on this little point. Come here, buddy. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Boink. Just a bunch of little schoolie fish. Got all of them right here. You can see them all right in there next to the boat. There we go. I knew there were some bigger fish on this point. Come here, buddy. Really wish I had a crankbait. Oh, how about that? That's a little better fish. There are some good fish on this point then. Okay. see a fighting frog in there, I thought. Yeah. Oh yes. Let's see if I can make a fighting frog work out here. Is that a bass? It is a bass. Man, he freaking stomped that thing. He freaking stomped that thing, man. You killed that thing. He's been out there feeding on shad. Finished spawning, moved offshore, feeding on shad. Yep. It's a good little offshore spot right here. I guess there's a drop. There's a drop off right there, and I can bring it. I'm bringing the bait up the drop off and onto the ledge and on top of the ledge, and they're eating it whenever it gets up there. All right, let's see what these fish are sitting on. Let's kind of have some glare of me on this, but let's see if we can go by this and see exactly what these fish are sitting on. So, we've got, well, there's a bunch of fish. There's still a bunch of fish up there. Look at all those fish sitting up there. So what we've got is this drops off into the main. This dropping off looks like this is the main channel right here, and this point right here comes off of this island, and those are actually a couple fish still sitting on it. So it looks like it's a nice, you know, drop off. These fish in the middle of the day, they can go suspend out here, and then whenever it starts to get a little darker out, they can move up onto this point right here, a good little rocky point, and feed on shad and stuff that swim over top of it. So I'll say there's a couple fish, kind of hard to see. There's two fish going by right there, but yeah, there's definitely still a couple fish up there on that. That's pretty cool. So the reason I found those fish was I saw them schooling. I just saw a couple fish blowing up, and I knew they weren't carp or gar or anything like that. I saw them knocking shad out of the water, so obviously they're bass. This time of year, these fish are starting to set up on their offshore stuff, so yes, they will roam around and chase bait fish, stuff like that. Most of the time, they're going to sit on a point, and when the ball of shad goes over them, they're going to come up, school on those shad, and they're going to go right back down to that point. So they're not, for the most part, they're not, you know, these are largemouth. Spots and stuff, spots and smallmouth will chase them a lot more, but for the most part, these fish are going to sit on the structure and then come right up, ambush the shad, and go right back down to where they were sitting before. They aren't really open water fish, so it's a good time of year to get out in the afternoons and see if you can find fish blowing up, and then that's where you're going to start to find the big schools of fish stacking up in the summertime. So obviously that one right there, I'm going to keep that one marked, kind of keep that one in the archive if I come back here. But definitely got to keep your eyes out for schooling fish, stuff like that. Shatter all over the place this time of year. Fish are starting to move offshore. Obviously, just go around. If you see schooling fish, mark it. There's a reason that school is there. Players of the day, obviously the old frog. I was looking for bluegill beds. I knew there'd be a bluegill spawn, something like that going on out here. So I started off throwing that little topwater. couldn't really throw it in the grass too much, so I had to switch over to the frog, and ended up catching some really good fish on the frog. And it's always fun catching them on topwater, stuff like that, yanking them out of the grass and things like that. So I had an awesome time doing that, and then I just found that school of fish right there. So overall, pretty fun day out here. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I haven't really figured out the fish out on this Tar River Reservoir very well. So I will take that as a the fish are starting to accept me out here. But all right, y'all, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.